Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Thursday night, week number 5 in the Button Box Shop Super Series. We're ready to take on a first 1-mile track out here in the Midwest, the Milwaukee Mile, folks. We're about to do it for 100 laps here tonight. When we come back, we're going to tell you who's the top of the series, who to watch out for, and much, much more, folks. Stay tuned after our national anthem. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Thursday night, week number 5 in the Button Box Shop Super Series. And what a series it has been so far. Race number 5 taking us to the Milwaukee Mile, and these drivers are going to take it on this 1-mile track for 100 laps here tonight. And I tell you what, folks, it's going to get interesting. Every week in this series so far has been very, very dramatic. A lot of good, clean racing has taken place. Expect no less here tonight. Joining me now is one of the guys that we got to talk to last week, but this week he's with a different sponsor, and Drew Kryback joins me now to talk a little bit about Tundra Super Late Models, who they are, where they race. Drew, how you doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. How about you?
Oh, not too bad. Glad to see we're out into, kind of the Midwest area. Been playing around in the South early part of the series. Going to take it up a little bit north and get away from a lot of this rain. But so tell us, who is Tundra Super Late Models? Who are they? Where can you find them?
Well, we're a traveling series here in Wisconsin that really focuses on running the shorter tracks. Really, we pride ourselves in our guys are, kind of the working people. There are a lot of weekly racers, and we have a wide variety of tracks here. We run 6 tracks, 2 half miles, 2 third miles, 2 quarter miles. So to be able to call yourself champion at the end of the year, you got to be able to run on all different size tracks.
Definitely a feat for anybody out there who is, definitely loves short track racing, get all the sizes of it. If they wanted to know more about Tundra Super Late Models and that series, and that traveling series that you mentioned, could they find them on the web?
Absolutely. You can check us out online at tundrasuperlates.com. We're on Facebook, Tundra Super Late Models, otherwise on all the various social media platforms. Or you can come check us out tomorrow night. We're actually having a race at my home track, La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, pending the weather, so hopefully the weather can cooperate. But we have round 2 coming up here. We took 6 weeks off between round 1 and round 2. We were at Kakana quite a few weeks ago, and so we're excited to get back onto the track.
Definitely an interesting night, folks. If you're up around the Wisconsin area, or if you got a lot of money and want to hop on your private jet and head on up to Wisconsin, definitely some great racing to be had with this great traveling series. Got to know a little bit more about it last year, Drew, when we talked a little bit about the Tundra Super Late Models, and definitely, I myself am in Ohio, but would love to get up there at one point and see these guys take it on. We have the SARA traveling tour where I'm from, so definitely good to see some great classes. And again, folks, TundraSuperLates.com if you want to know more about these this traveling series and the guys who have to race on all different sizes of tracks, not just one particular size, but all different sizes, which requires a good set of skill. So, Drew, appreciate you joining me in the booth here tonight. Are you going to be behind the wheel in this race?
I am. I squeaked out top 25 advanced on time, and I happen to be the 25th car. So we're going to take to Milwaukee. I'm not a huge fan of it. I prefer a little bit shorter tracks. This is a very difficult track. It might not look like it on TV there, but to be able to race this mile track, it's flat. You're throwing it in there. It's going to be a challenge. I'll enjoy it.
Well, best of luck to you here tonight, bud, and then we'll look to talk to you a little bit more after the show.
Sounds good.
All right, folks, there you go. Drew Krybrack joining us now with Tundra Super Late Models. And again, it's TundraSuperLates.com if you'd like to know more about the Wisconsin Traveling Series and their racing. Also talking about sponsors, the Button Box Shop. Charlie Kuzma putting together some great custom button boxes. If you're in the simulation world, you know that you have a lot of need for a lot of buttons. Excuse me, and Charlie definitely doing that for you. HeightsPride.com. Dean Satellite Security, The Car Show, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, celebrating 100 years this year, Lions International, Tundra Super Late Models here tonight, JVM Racing as well. Talking about the points overall and where things stand coming into week number 5, atop of the top two positions are one name, but 2 different people. Christian Peterson housing the total points of 376 points coming into week number 5. Christian Challoner, the Englishman, right behind him with 364 points. Not too far back, 3 points off of him. Tim Bills, last week's winner at Southern National. He is back there in 3rd. Trevor Edwards making a top 5 appearance, as well as David Krikorian. So we'll have to see how they'll play out. Excuse me, got a little bit of cough tonight. Apologize. But Krikorian is known to be really fast here at the Milwaukee Mile. But then again, Christian Peterson has brought some presence to this series as well. What's going to happen with the newcomer, the One Up Motorsports guys? Will Challoner or maybe even Benefield come away with a victory here tonight? A lot to happen here at the Milwaukee Mile. And folks, let's take a look real quick here at the race information here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. Out here, 1 mile, obviously the length, 80 degrees in the air, 66% humidity, mostly cloudy, 91 degrees down there on the pavement. And I tell you what, these guys do get a set of tires here tonight. Given the distance, 100 miles this race, they are going to get 1 free set of tires in the pits. So caution flag comes out mid part of the race. You're going to see a lot of guys come down and get that extra set of tires. Getting close, and now it looks like race control is calling him in. We're going to go down and get to the starting grid here tonight for you folks. Let's go on, move on down now. So your starting grid looks like this. The number 35 of Seth DeMerchant at the top of the field here, starting in the pole position. The 32 of Trevor Edwards today outside. Adam Benefiel and David Krikorian back there in row number 2. Inside of row number 3, rounding out your top 5, the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. He's going to have the 87 of Derek Holzhausen to his outside. Inside of row number 4 will be the 01 of Tyler Hudson. The 79 of Christian Challoner. Inside of row number 5, the 04 of Christian Peterson will have last week's winner, the 37 of Tim Bills, and that rounds out your top 10. Looking on back, we've got Ty Spearman, Wendell Stratton, Matt Rolfe, Jason Miller, Jeremy Adams, William Hale, Samuel Rouse, Travis Warling, Travis Houck, Brody Bayer, Jackson Boone, Dallas Pataska, gets me every week, Tyler Brown, Ben Nile, Drew Krybeck, Kyle Souza, Matthew Eddy, Keith Jeffrey, Matt Vade, and Devin Rogers, the 30-car field here tonight. And there's a nice-looking shot of your starting field as the Mustang iRacing pace car begins to take them around. Here, this 1 mile track, they'll have 1 lap of pace, and we will be underway. As we approach, getting ready to go racing here tonight, on behalf of the Button Box Shop Super Series, iRacing.com, the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, and Tundra Super Late Models. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dustin Caldwell, and we're ready to go racing at the Milwaukee Mile, 100 laps, the distance here tonight. Who will be victorious? We will find out coming up shortly. But right now, the Mustang iRacing pace car out of turn 4. Here we go. Pace car dives for the pits. Green flag flies. We're underway. As we look off of turn 4 through the front stretch, Seth DeMerchant up front of the field with a one-up motorsports teammate Adam Benefiel, who's got a victory already in this season. He was victorious at 5 flags right there back behind him as they come into the backstretch here on lap number 2. DeMerchant and Benefiel begin to pull away a little bit from Schaefer Jr., who's back in third. Right on his bumper, Trevor Edwards, the 32 machine, put some pressure to the inside now as they come through the front stretch. David Krikorian showing a top 5 presence already as they roll through turns 1 and 2 here on lap 3. And again, they get an extra set of tires here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. Single file action into the front stretch towards lap number 4. Looks like Holzhausen is on the move to the inside now of Christian Peterson, who appears to be falling back quickly. Peterson falling back to 9th position already. There's a good shot of the field as they go through turn number 3. Tim Bills back there in 11th position as he comes off of 4 into the front stretch. Right behind the 92 of Ty Spearman. Spearman the cutoff for the top 10, and now Peterson's going to look to the inside of Holzhausen. Little side-by-side action coming out of turn number 2, the 04. Looking to get back up into 8th position. As they roll through that third turn, Peterson's got a nose over Holzhausen. Question we've got to ask ourselves tonight is the dynamic track scenario. How is this going to play out here at the Milwaukee Mile, as now we're looking to battle for the race lead as Benefield's going to take it over out of turn number 2. Little crossover action there from DeMerchant. He's not able to get around him. So Benefield will stay in front of the field heading into turn number 3 here on lap 6. He's got a lap car just ahead. I believe that is the 19 of Samuel Roush. And talking about the dynamic track scenario, one thing we've seen at the smaller tracks is, especially in the warmer temperatures, how these guys take to the bottom groove early, and once rubber gets laid down, they tend to move to the outside. As we see a good presence of rubber in both grooves here, low and high tonight. Adam Benefield still in front of the field. Challoner now working for that top 5 presence. He's got a new paint job. Oh, somebody's going to get loose into the wall. Oh, and they're going to get smacked hard. First caution flag comes out on lap number 8. I think it was Tyler Hudson. Let's go back and take a look at the replay. Taking a look, we're going to bring it down a little bit closer to the action. Right there it is. A little bit of contact with Trevor Edwards, and whoa, he gets tagged. Goes for a spin. Spin out of harm's way, and that'll bring out the first caution flag here at the Milwaukee Mile. Take it back one more time for you. It's a 79 of Challoner, and there's the 32 of Edwards. As we're slowing the camera down for you, you can see he's trying to get into the lower groove, not quite clear of Edwards, and that little bit of contact right there is what freed up the 0-1 of Tyler Hudson up into the wall. He's going to cut right across Christian Peterson, who tags him in the quarter panel, and around he goes, Tyler Hudson. And that first caution flag coming out. And again, folks, thank you again for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Thursday night. And Souza, Matt Vade, I believe, are getting a little bit of wave around action. %, of this race now complete as Benefield comes across the start-finish line into lap 11. Here's a look at your running top 5. Benefield, DeMerchant, Schaefer Jr., Krikorian, and Challoner. Race summary, 10 laps complete. 1 lead change here tonight. 1 total caution. And again, we'll bring up tonight's sponsors for you. Again, week number 5 here in the Button Box Shop Super Series, the summer season. Coming off of a great race last week at Southern National Motorsport Park. Tim Bills won the pole in that race and took victory. Another good look at the cars as they come through the front stretch. And the lights coming off the pace car. They're going to be bunching up double file, and we'll be ready to go back racing on lap number 13. Here we go. Pace car's going to dive off out of turn 4 in the front stretch. It's going to be Benefiel up front with the 35 of DeMerchant to his outside. Pace car dives into the pits just as the green flag flies. Beautiful restart by Benefiel heading into 1. A car length and a half commanding lead over Seth DeMerchant. As they look to come off of turn number 4, another driver on the move into 4th. Challoner and Krikorian going at it. Challoner will clear Krikorian into 1. The 79 machine on the move. Joe Schaefer Jr., Seth DeMerchant. Now looking for a little bit of a bout. Christian Challoner. Now to the bumper of Schaefer Jr. He's going to look to the inside. Schaefer Jr. takes him down to the apron. The veteran driver, Joe Schaefer Jr., showing it tough to pass. What's going to happen in 3? Challengers to the inside. Side-by-side action, and the 79 will clear the 6 in 4. 15 laps complete, this time by Challoner. Now 1 car away from meeting his teammate, Adam Benefiel. Seth DeMerchant in 2nd. Schaefer Jr. back in 4th. Holzhausen, your fast qualifier here tonight. The 87 back in the 5th position slot here on lap 16. And Challoner now getting close to DeMerchant. DeMerchant dives for that apron, protecting the inside from the 79. Schaefer Jr. trying to rally back to Challoner. Benefiel has been carrying that 4/10 of a second lead over Seth DeMerchant, but here comes the 79. Challoner looks to the inside in 1. Can he clear him? They're going to be side by side out of turn number 2 here on lap 18, and it's a drag race. Challoner will clear him in 3. Schaefer Jr. is going to follow suit underneath Seth DeMerchant, pushing the 35 back to 4th as they come off of turn 4. He actually kept a nose over him at the line, so DeMerchant did hold on to 3rd. But now Schaefer Jr. is looking to clear him out of 2. One Up Motorsports up front, 1-2 here on lap 19. T4X guys back there in 3rd. Holzhausen back there in 5th. DeMerchant 4th. DeMerchant and Holzhausen are going to go at it. Krikorian's going to go into the lower groove as well. The outside groove proving to be a place you do not want to be here heading into turn 3. Seth DeMerchant has fallen back, trying to keep the grip on those tires. And now Matt Rolfe into the mix right there behind Krikorian. 4-car battle right here. 3 of them go by, and the 35 now falls back to 7th behind the 5 of Rolfe. Here's a look at your running top 5. Benefiel, Challoner, Schaefer Jr., Holzhausen, and Krikorian. 21 laps complete. Here's a look at Benefield up in front of the field. Coming off of turn number 2 here on lap 23. And his teammate, second in points, Christian Challoner, back there behind him, the 79 car. So what will happen here between the teammates? Challoner was getting close. Here's another battle brewing. As Rolf back there behind Holzhausen. Krikorian in front. Little side-by-side action here. There's the guy we talked to earlier, Drew Krybeck. Started 25th. He's up to 17th now here on lap 26. Quarter of the race now complete. Challoner is going to skip over the 82 of Benefield to take over the race lead. Coming off of turn number 4, it's going to give us our second lead change on the night. Schaefer Jr. back in third, Krikorian in fourth. And the number 5 of Matt Rolfe in fifth. Seth the Merchant back in eighth. Has been struggling a little bit, and Ty Spearman is going to go by the inside. Tim Bills as well. Bills is going to look to the inside of Spearman in a shot for 7th. Here comes Challoner into lap number 29. About to be 23 laps under the green since the first caution flag that flew in lap number 7, where Tyler Hudson got loose. Got a little loose after contact with Trevor Edwards. It went into the wall out of 2 and got spun around. What a lead by Christian Challoner here on lap 30 as he heads into the 4th turn. Carrying that 3/4 of a second lead over teammate Adam Benefield. Schaefer Jr. looks to be gaining on him. I hit a little bit of curb action there, and he's closing the gap on the 82. Less than 3/10 of a second back behind the 82. Holding out about 0.28. Rolf and Holzhausen still side by side coming off that second turn. Holzhausen to the inside, Rolf to the outside. And they're going to get close in 4. Matt Rolf, one of the drivers out there that loves to run the outside groove. He'll tell you time and time again, he wants to be in a place where no one else can, and he really excels there. Take a look at this side-by-side action. Rolf now going to lose a little bit off of 4 as Holzhausen will get by him. Schaefer Jr. closing the gap on Benefield here on lap 34 as they go through turns 3 now into turn 4. Schaefer Jr. is going to look to the inside, dives for the apron, and he's going to move back into second position, getting around the 82 of Benefield. Krikorian back in 4th, about 2 1/4 seconds off your race leader. And a little bit of lap traffic ahead for Challoner. Challoner now a 1 second lead over Schaefer Jr. Over 30 laps on the green, folks. As Challoner heads into lap 38. Take a look at that time he's running, a 29.19 for the 79. Schaefer Jr. putting down about a 29.988. And Benefield teammate of Challoner about a 30.073 the last lap. How about this guy right here? Wendell Stratton up into the top 10, running 9th tonight. Started 12th. Hey, a little bit of apron action. Why not? Out of turn number 2. And how about this, folks? Schaefer Jr. has cut Challoner's lead now by 0.2 of a second. He's about the 3/4 second mark off, as there's a little bit of lap traffic ahead for the 79. As Schaefer Jr. looks to the inside of Kyle Souza. Coming off turn 4, Souza is going to keep it low. Challoner now looks to get by the 27 of William Hale. This is going to slow him up, and it's going to bring the 6 of Schaefer Jr. closer in. And Hale's going to swing wide. Now the lead lap cars by the inside. Oh, some more traffic as the number 7 machine of Jackson Boone looks to the inside. Schaefer Jr. to the outside of him. Challenger now free of the lap traffic. He's going to begin pulling away back to the 1 second mark. Adam Benefiel and David Krikorian, the battle for third there. Krikorian's reeling him in. Holzhausen looking to get by the 7 machine. And we'll do it in turn number 3. $18 laps led for the 79 as he heads down the backstretch towards the third turn here on lap 44. Getting to that point of the night, folks, where if a caution flag does come out, expect to see these drivers head down pit road. They do get a free set of tires here tonight. Oh, and right in front of him, Devin Rogers is going to spin. That is going to bring the caution flag out just as we were talking about it. Let's go back and see what happened. Following Devin Rogers as he works his way, and he cuts right through the grass, trying to cut the corner, and just gets loose right in front of the leader of Challenger. That brought out the first caution flag. So now we see a lot of people, including Schaefer Jr. and the leader Christian Challenger, heading down pit road to pick up those free set of tires they get here tonight. We'll bring you around to the front side of the pits. There is Challenger, who's going to win the battle off of pit road. Trevor Edwards now making an appearance in the pits. Here we go. Challenger's down. Schaefer Jr.'s down. Schaefer Jr. will beat Challenger off of pit road, back to the track. They're going to come out about 13th position. Benefiel, see if he decides to go down pit road. Krikorian's to his outside. As they round turn 4 here on lap 47, let's see what they decide to do. Are they going to stay out or are they going to go down? So Benefiel, Krikorian stays out. I think that's Jason. It's not Jason Miller there, but 27 machine electing to go down. That's William Hale. Hale's going to take some tires. So again, folks, appreciate you tuning in Thursday nights, as always, here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network for our coverage of the Button Box Shop Super Series. Talking about the weeks coming up ahead. Next week, we'll move from the Milwaukee Mile over to Oxford Plains, back up into the Northeast for the Heights Pride 150 on July 6th. Just 2 days after the July 4th. These guys are no holds barred, I tell you. Road to the Fall Brawl coming up in 2 weeks from tonight on the 13th. Sponsored by HeightsPride.com. That is the Road to the Fall Brawl. It's a non-winners race. Anybody who has not won will have a battle in that race to see what's going to happen in the Fall Brawl. Couple more races left in July after that. You got the Area 52 Designs and the Myrtle Beach, the newly added Myrtle Beach Speedway. That'll be the Area 52 Designs 152. And then the last race in July, the Phoenix 100 at Phoenix International Raceway on July 27th. A lot of racing to be done yet. 11 races in total. But as we take a look back, we're about to go back green as lights are off the pace car. Here on lap 49, it'll be the halfway point, lap 50. Adam Benefield, David Krikorian up front. Here they come, working their way off that fourth turn. Pace car will look for pit road. Here we go. Pace car dives off. And there's the green flag. Down the front stretch, on older tires, mind you. Adam Benefield holding on to the race lead. Krikorian in second, Holzhausen third. Challoner and Schaefer Jr. trying to squeak back into the top 10. Schaefer Jr. ahead of the 79. Here they come. They're on the move. Samuel Roush now to the outside. Oh, Challoner to the inside of Schaefer Jr. What a move. Trevor Edwards not afraid to go to the apron. Wow. Oh, and he's going to get spun out in the backstretch. Third caution flag comes out on the night. Following the 32 of Trevor Edwards, who had a little apron action. And I'm not sure what happened there. I think somebody kind of checked up. Let's go back and take a look. That's what caused Trevor Edwards, I believe, to break. It may have been Christian Challoner. So right there it is. It looks like, I believe that's the 55 machine. Did a little checkup action there. So again, let's back it up just one more time. So we're going to keep this one slow. We'll slow it down to about a quarter speed. Right there it was. And a few cars going to go for a spin. I think that might have been, could have been either the 25 or the 55. I think it was the 55 is who it was. Miller checked up right in front of Challoner and caused that whole incident. So 55 laps soon to be down here at the Milwaukee Mile. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, more racing here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
racing. You wanted the best, you got them four abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday night here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Back under the green into lap 58 we go. And amazingly, Adam Benefiel on the older set of tires, still atop of this field, 32 laps led tonight. David Krikorian, one of the fast guys here we've seen in the past, challenging him up front for the race lead. Holzhausen back in third. Here's a look again at your top five. Matt Rolfe in fourth, Tim Bills rounding out the fifth position slot. Joe Schaefer Jr. in sixth position now, looking to reel in the race lead. Christian Challoner, a little bit of damage there after being checked up on. In the backstretch, bringing out that third caution as Trevor Edwards got caught up in the mix. Having a tough night there. Led a total of 20 laps of this race. And is now 60% complete. Well, I should say soon to be complete. Benefiel into the third turn here on lap 60, carrying that quarter-second lead over the 66 of Krikorian. Tim Bell's looking on out now of the top five, back in sixth position as the sixth of Joe Schaefer Jr. just ahead. Fresher set of tires now looks to reel in the fourth position guy, the number 5 of Matt Rolfe. Race summary in the bottom left-hand corner for you. Benefiel, your race leader, 60 laps complete. 3 lead changes, 3 total cautions here tonight. Schaefer Jr. now looking to the inside of Rolfe. He's going to move up now into fourth. And mind you, he's got the fresher set of tires, so he's going to be faster. Looking now to reel in the 87 of Holzhausen. Benefiel just ahead, about 1.1 seconds in front of this number 6 machine. Challoner now works his way into the top 10 here on turn number 3. right in front of the number 12 of Drew Krybeck. Still has got to work his way up towards the front. One thing I got to mention here tonight, folks. The number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. had a terrible week last week, caught up in the first caution at Southern National, finished dead last. So this week, if he gets a victory, a nice set of redemption for the number 6 car. Has had a bad string of luck early on in these first 5 races. But tonight, or first 4, here tonight in week number 5, looking really solid as he gets by David Krikorian out of turn number 2, take over second. Just as the caution flag comes out here on lap 65. Let's go back and take a look. Following Brody Bayer, amidst all this caution and hoopla that takes place in turn 1. Right just in front of him, looks on as the 54 car. That is Dallas Pataska. Going to get involved there, and a couple others. It's going to become a 4-car dance up there outside the lower groove. Also looks like the number 28 of Keith Jeffrey involved in that one. Brody Bayer will be caught up in it as well. So the 4th caution flag comes out. Benefield now will see pit road. That's going to get the lead back to Joe Schaefer Jr. Question is, Challoner, he's going to come down for a little bit of fix on his car. Let's see what happens here with the 79. And Peterson overshot his pit box. And I'm not sure what's going on with the 04 there. They're still changing it, even though he's got half of his car in Challoner's pit box. Christian Challoner getting some of that damage worked out. Hopefully to get more competitive there, and going to take his time there. He's on the fresher set of tires heading into the pits, but coming out will be on the older set. So Joe Schaefer Jr. takes over the lead. That gives us another lead change here tonight. As 67 laps will now be complete. Here's a look at your top 5. Joe Schaefer Jr., Matt Rolfe, Ben Nile, Wendell Stratton, and Drew Krybeck. Your top 5. Another look at the race summary. 67 complete. 4 lead changes, 4 cautions. Ironic how these are working 1-1 with one another. Almost makes you think that every time we have a lead change, a caution follows, but it's just sheer irony, folks. And we'll bring up the sponsorship for tonight. I know each and every week, if you tune in and watch this, whether you're getting us out there on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook Live, you see these sponsors, folks. These are real, legitimate organizations. Implore you to check them out. As we talked about tonight's Tundra Super Late model sponsoring this event here at the Milwaukee Mile, tundrasuperlates.com. We talked with Drew. We'll talk with them after the race as well. But these are legitimate organizations. The Button Box Shop you can find on Facebook. Charlie Kuzma out there. HeightsPride.com. These guys make saddles for horses. That's something neat and I learned last season. I might pick up a leather jacket from these guys. Definitely one of the better leather workers out there. Lights off the pace car. We're ready to go back racing on lap 70. Joe Schaefer Jr., Matt Rolfe up front. Expect Schaefer Jr. to have a good restart. He's on newer tires than the 5. Ben Nile, Wendell Stratton back there in that second row. As the pace car leads them off the fourth turn into the front stretch. Will now dive for pit road. There it goes. Green flag flies, and there goes Schaefer Jr. Joe Schaefer Jr. carrying a nice sizable lead, about a half a second. Caution flag comes out on lap 71. I think Keith Jeffrey might have been caught up in this one. Let's go back and take a look. This one's going to happen before him. A major pileup, and David Krikorian got involved in that one. This is interesting. Like I said, folks, drama ensuing here tonight. Let's go back and take a look. Three-car bout here. Three wide action, and there's the contact. Tyler Brown, David Krikorian's going to start it out of 4. And that is where caution number 5 comes out tonight. And with that, David Krikorian has called it quits on this race, as well as Kyle Souza, Devin Rogers, Seth the Merchant, and Tyler Hudson. All have bowed out. More racing to go, folks. Less than 30 laps remain. Who will be the victor here tonight? Find out coming up.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is gonna be so fun. And it's gonna be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday night here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Joe Schaefer Jr. atop of the field, heading into turn 3 on lap 77. Less than 25 to go. Ben Nile holding on to second. Adam Benefield, pressure set of tires, looking to rally back to the inside. He's in third. Matt Rolfe fourth. Drew Krybeck still in the top 5 here at the Milwaukee Mile. Pretty much his backyard this way in Wisconsin. Benefield's going to look to the inside of Nile. Into 3, the 82 to the inside. And Benefield into second. He's got a total of 40 laps led here tonight. Teammate Christian Challoner back in 10th. After the last caution, rolled down pit road, got some of the damage worked out. You still see a little bit of damage on the middle part of the bumper. And now Tim Mills looking to the inside of Krybeck, going to look to get up in the top 5. And he'll do it coming out of 4. Samuel Roush going to look to the inside, slams on the brakes right in front of Peterson. You can see the smoke come off the tires. Really got on those brakes. Looking to the inside of Krybeck. Roush now looking to the inside. Krybeck cuts him off. Wow. Oh, and Tim Bills. Tim Bills is going to go for, oh my Lord, look at this.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
If you thought the drama was done for the night, ladies and gentlemen, there's your encore. Let's go back and take a look at this replay. This is going to be talked about all week. Now here's turn 3. Okay, we're going to follow Tim Bills, the creator of this whole caution. I'm going to keep it slow for you. Rolfe comes down right in front of him, okay? Now follow this through 3 and 4. Tim Bills, holding his line, is going to get right into the bumper of Matt Rolfe, and you can see Rolfe getting loose. Take a look at this. Rolfe gets loose. Tim Bills not giving any care or room to the number 5, trying to finish him off. Rolfe is going to rally back and actually picks up a little bit of speed, and I think Tim Bills checks up. Krybeck gets right into the back of him, and here comes Samuel Roush, a.k.a. Hey, Tim Bills. See ya, buddy. And Tim Bills gets loose again, right back into Roush. Roush is going to go up the track into Krybeck. They're going to collect up in there. Challoner amazingly avoids all of this. And I believe that is the 87 of Holzhausen who's going to get caught up in the mix. And then there's a few other cars reacting to it are going to slide out right behind Holzhausen. And a little, almost a T-bone action right there. And I believe that's William Hale up there. And a little conversation going on there with Holzhausen. Unbelievable. I once asked Matt Rolfe about the Milwaukee Mile and why he puts this track on the schedule, and he tells me A lot of guys like it, a lot of guys hate it, but it is definitely a game changer for some of these guys who do really well early on. Throw in that big 1 mile track, and it is one of the most difficult 1 mile tracks, mind you. It's not like Dover, very coddling. The only thing you have to worry about at Dover is that turn 2 tunnel turn. You know, here it gets a little bit different. The sweeping corners, definitely a lot of strategy to be had, especially we've seen time and time again where they're at right now. Here in turns 1 and 2, a lot of guys ride these curbs by the apron through 1 and 2, hoping to pick up some speed. We see a lot of incidents usually come off of turn number 2 where they're at right now, ending up in that wall. But tonight, it's mostly been in out of turn number 4. This is why you got to tune in each and every week to watch the Button Buck Shop Super Series, folks. It's not the same guys winning all the time. And if the guy does like Christian Challoner, who had the first 2 victories of the series, you know, he did it. He worked his way up to it. He didn't just come out and just completely dominate. There is a lot of racing to be had. This is one of the most competitive short track leagues you're going to find out on iRacing. These guys put multiple upon multiple hours into these setups of these cars, getting them ready to come out and race every single week. As if, you know, it's like your actual Saturday night series. These guys put that much time and effort into it to be competitive. We had 36 people attempt to qualify here tonight. Only 30 get into the main event, so 6 had to go home. And Holzhausen was the fast qualifier here tonight. It'll be less than 15 laps to go when we get the green flag. Schaefer Jr., Benefield, 2 of your lap leaders. Benefield, total of 40 laps led here tonight. Schaefer Jr. about to see 20 if he beats the 82 to the line. Here we go. Pace car takes him down, now dives for pit road. Here we go. Green flag flies in. Schaefer Jr. is going to see 20. Benefield challenging Schaefer Jr. in the backstretch. He's going to be underneath them in 3. Fresher tires for the 82, and it's paying off in 4. Adam Benefield takes over the race lead heading into lap 87. 41 laps led now for the One-Up Motorsports team. Your teammate. One of the newer teams to see this series this year. One-Up Motorsports, both Christian Challoner and Adam Benefield. Definitely putting a challenge to the T4X guys, one of the dominant teams we've seen out here. Wheeling and dealing motorsports as well. Tim Bills had the victory last week. And look at this 82, 3/4 second lead going into turn 4. Schaefer Jr. back there in second.
All right, man.
Caution flag comes out. Tim Bills is going to be involved. It's the second caution he's been involved here tonight. Find out what happened. Oh, and it looks like Matt Rolfe. Oh, redemption. Oh, is this some redemption or what? Ladies and gentlemen, we got to replay this back. A little bit of redemption from the 5 car to the 37. Now, one caution to go. It was Bills behind Rolfe. But take a look at this. Through the backstretch, there's the 5 of Rolfe behind the 37 of Bills. He's going to try to beat him to the corner here underneath. Bills is going to come down. And you can see the checkup there as the flames coming out the back of Rolf as he gets off the throttle there. Now we will speed it back up here for you. And here's turn 4, where last caution, it was Bills into the back. And here we go. Take a look at this. Looks a little, you could call it intentional, or you could call it a little bit of a push. I think Matt Rolf's going to call it a push, and around goes Tim Bills. And I tell you what, if that ain't going to give you some more drama, that's last week's winner right there. Folks, that is some drama to carry for the weeks forward. Especially next week when we head out of here over to Oxford Plains, which is Matt Rolf's home track. And Matt Rolf there, back in 10th position. That's the nature of short track racing, though. Something said to be a clean racer. Give a little bit, take a little bit. It's like they always say, you got to be willing to take what you dish out. And wow. 9 laps to go through the conversation. Tim Bills now coming back out onto the track. And a very banged up H&H Sign and Supply car. Tough break here tonight for him too. That first caution he got involved in really done the number on the car. So he will catch up with the field. Right there behind Holzhausen, and where's he going here? Oh, and passing by Matt Rolf. So Matt Rolf is going to be called for intentional wrecking on that one, and will be relegated to the back of the field. Whether it was intentional or not, he was to blame for that. So the field's going to begin bunching up here. It'll be 7 laps to go when we get back under the green. And so I tell you, tempers flaring here in Milwaukee Mile. Question is, can Joe Schaefer Jr. pull off the upset? Has he been saving back enough to take down the 82 of Adam Benefield, who's led a total of 47 laps here tonight? Schaefer looks to be peeling off just a little bit, hopefully to get a run on him here, because he knows the 82 is going to take off. Question is when. It's going to be 7 laps to go. We're going to find out who will win the Tundra Super Late Models 100 here, the Wisconsin 100. Oh! And green flag flies, and somebody got taken out under the yellow back there. It was Drew Krybeck. Benefield's with a beautiful restart. Challoner now back up into the top 5, right in front of Peterson. Peterson, the series points leader, is in 5th position. These two guys going at it. Challoner to the outside. Ben Nile to the inside. Peterson working by. And Challoner will get by on the outside of Peterson. They don't have to win the race. They just got to stay in front of one another. It'll be 5 laps to go at the line. Adam Benefield, 3/4 second lead heading into 3 with 6 to go. Five laps remain here at the Milwaukee Mile, week number 5 of the Button Box Shop Super Series. Adam Benefield, 50 laps led. Pretty much has checked out on Schaefer Jr. who is in second. And even if Schaefer Jr. finishes second, folks, again, we can't stress it enough. Got caught up in an early caution last week at Southern National. And a second place finish is also considered redemption from that week he had last week. Challenger now, take a look at the battle for third. Ben Nile, Christian Peterson, and Christian Challenger. Peterson on the move. Side by side with Nile. Heading into three, he's going to get by him. It's going to be 3 laps at the line. Benefield crosses, 3 to go. Ty Spearman is going to look for a top 5 finish here this week. Another driver last week who was up in the top 5, second position to be exact, spun out in the backstretch and completely destroyed his car. Followed by driving down in the pit road at about 80 miles an hour, hitting the pit road wall. And there we see somebody pulling off. I believe that is Travis Houck, the 00 machine, heading down pit road. It's going to be the white flag at the line for Adam Benefield. Here we go. Turns 3. Now turn 4. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. The 82 of Adam Benefield to the white flag. 1 more to go. Carrying a 1-second lead over the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. Into the backstretch. 2 turns to go. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. As he works his way off of turn 4, your week 5 winner, the One-Up Motorsports team, the number 82 of Adam Benefield, taking the checkered flag. "55 laps led." He didn't have to drive 55, but he led them. Little Sammy Hagar joke for you 80s fans out there. And teammate Christian Challenger coming up. Give a little congratulatory bump to his buddy and teammate. Schaefer Jr. right there. Heck of a job done tonight for that number 6 machine as well. There he is, your winner, folks. A very happy number 82. Let's take a look at the race summary here in your bottom left. Out of the 100 complete here tonight, 5 total lead changes, 7 total cautions. And definitely a drama-filled night here at the Milwaukee Mile. Here's a look at your top 10 race results as we're going to get you some driver interviews. And we are just waiting for the drivers to become available as they are finishing up, driving back to their respected pit stalls. While I have a chance to mention it here while we're waiting, folks, up in the top right-hand corner, RaceSARA.com. That is the Semi-Auto Racing Association's website. Beautiful job done by Matt Rolfe on designing that website. Very well put together site. So if you get a chance, check out that site. You can learn all about who the Semi-Auto Racing Association is. Multiple different divisions, I believe 4 divisions in total. They race throughout the week. So if you're an iRacer and you want to get involved, you can definitely find all the information out there. And if you're just an enthusiast of racing and want to know more about what you watch each and every week, you can get all the insider knowledge out there. The results, points, everything is out there on the website. Still waiting on our third position driver here. part where you would want to cue up the Jeopardy theme. But I think we go ahead and move on up to second position here tonight. Joe, you come out here at the Milwaukee Mile tonight. You put on a great show, battling really hard. You got down pit road, got the fresher set of tires. You fell back a little bit there when you're battling with Challoner. You worked your way up. You avoided that whole collision and continued to the front. You led a total of 20 laps here at the Milwaukee Mile tonight, especially after the week you had last week at Southern National. Tell us a little bit about your night here tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to forget about Southern National. But with all that green flag racing we had early on, I thought get a caution close to the midway point and we'd just get, a 40-lap green flag run. And I wanted to be ahead of that. So went down early. I had initially planned on doing the opposite of what Christian did. We were 1-2 at the time. And then the last second, I just decided to follow him. Probably should have waited, so it's a little disappointing to get beat by tires, especially since I passed Adam under green early in the race. But he planned it right, didn't make any mistakes, and deserved to win it.
Well, do you have any thanks or shout-outs you want to give for your runner-up finish here tonight?
I just want to give Charlie at the Button Box Shop a shout-out, and thanks to Matt Rolfe for his endless work with the SARA League.
All right. Well, congratulations on finishing second here tonight. We look forward to seeing you next week at the Heights Pride 150 at Oxford Plains.
All right. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to do a little bit of a double effort here since we're waiting on the Englishman to cross the channel here and cross the Atlantic to get over here for an interview. But I'm going to talk a little bit here since both of you guys are One Up Motorsports. Talking with Christian Challoner first, you're in a good points battle for the series points lead. Christian Peterson tonight ahead of you coming into week number 5. You end up beating him by 2 positions here at the Milwaukee Mile tonight. Looking really solid. You went down early with Joe Schaefer Jr. as you guys were battling 1-2 there, and that caution had come out. You went down pit road, took some tires, but then tragically got involved in a little bit of hoopla on the backstretch. But you still salvaged a top 3 finish tonight. Tell us how you feel.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was interesting. Like the car we had was certainly really good. Back to having some really great cars again. Yeah, especially first half of the race, felt like we were the car to beat. And then pitted kind of when I was gonna pit. Would really have ideally wanted to pit a little bit after 50, but 46 was okay. And then yeah, and my teammate was getting loose on the back straight. I tried to slow it up. I didn't get it slowed up in time. I hit the back of him, and someone else hit the back of me. And after that, the car kind of had no straight line speed, and I had to pit. Otherwise, I was just going to go nowhere. I got some of it fixed, and then after being really unlucky, I was extremely lucky to get through 2 absolutely massive wrecks, and got back, found myself restarting, I think 5th or 6th on one restart, and then grabbing the 3rd place at the end. So yeah, it's definitely a good recovery, and I'm pretty happy with that considering it's the first race I've ever done at Milwaukee. So I can't complain too much.
Definitely showing some tenacity for some first times at things. Talking early on about this, you said you come from road racing, you really like oval racing, you're really getting into it now. Do you have any thanks or shout outs you want to give for your 3rd place finish here tonight?
Really to the other guy in here with me, Adam, for helping with the car as always. He helped build a really great car, and Jason Miller for working on it too. And he's really the guy who really gives us these great cars. So a big shout out to him and all the other guys that helped, Travis, Alan, Roush, Tyler as well, and the sponsors too, for iAnalyze and Heskinbuild for sponsoring us.
All right, so I'm going to move over here tonight's victor, Adam Benefiel, also part of the One Up Motorsports crew. Adam, you come in tonight. You're coming off of a win a couple weeks back at Five Flags, especially picking up the victory tonight. You're second in the series. Out of the first 5 weeks, One Up has now had 4 out of the 5 weeks of this Button Box Shop Super Series summer season. Tell us, how does it feel, especially to make the right calls here tonight with the extra set of tires to put yourself in an undisputable position there at the end over Joe Schaefer Jr.?
Oh man, it feels great. Kind of interesting deal that where a track this big and you get a set of tires. Figured tires would be huge. Just running, in test with Christian and all the other one-up guys, seemed like fresher tires was the best way to go. And I was kind of indecisive going when we got after that long green flag run to figure out what was going if we was gonna go down and get tires with them or if we was gonna take a chance and wait. And I just got to thinking. I was like, man, we're almost halfway in. There's a bunch of guys that stayed out, and there was a handful of guys that went in and pitted and got first tires. So that was gonna be a mix-up, and I was just banking on, I guess the slower guys and faster guys kind of not agreeing on, room on the racetrack, so we was gonna get other cautions, and it worked out that way. And then we bit the bullet and went down and got tires. We started off that race with a full tank of fuel. I think Christian went a different route with that, so that's why I really wasn't as competitive at the beginning, but I was going to be set up for the end. And that restart, it just like the seas parted. I know we went down, we was able to get one before we got into one, and then David, I think, got in, and another guy got into each other and opened the bottom, and I was able to make it 3 wide and squeak through. But then it was smooth sailing up to the front, got up there, restarted on that last restart beside Joe, and was able to cross him over coming out of 2. So, Christian and Joe, it would have been a good fight to see those two if everybody was on even tires and go out, because I don't think I really had the speed they had. But, that's racing, part of racing strategy, especially when you got tires. So, it worked out in our favor, and we came home with a win, and it was a good way to rebound after last week. I know we had 2 cars in the top 5, but it still left a bad taste in our mouth, not being able to compete for the win like we've been doing all the other weeks. And we came back and we was ready tonight, and I think it showed it.
Definitely looking really solid here the first 5 weeks. Next week, in week 6, we go to Oxford Plains. One of the shortest tracks on iRacing that they have, not counting Legends tracks and whatnot. So almost a complete fishbowl of a track, a constant turn. You're definitely a momentum track, pretty much flat, a little bit of banking there. But what are your guys' thoughts on taking on that track, and what do you hope to do next week?
Well, for me personally, I've never been around Oxford Plains in a super late model, so I guess we'll find out. I'm excited for it, though. I like the little bull ring race tracks. It's kind of what we got down here in the south around Alabama is, tracks like Oxford Plains. So it's what I'm used to seeing, and I've talked to some of my buddies that race on a normal basis and see if we can't get some ideas and get something rolling. Christian, though, man, he's from overseas. He probably don't even know.
Oh,
He ain't going to know what to do at that little place.
I feel like I raced on it once, but it was so long ago I can't remember.
Well, we'll have to see what you guys do. Adam, is there any thanks or shout-outs you want to give for your victory here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile?
Yeah, man. Everybody at One Up Motorsports, Christian covered them all. We get on here and we have fun, but we love to win, and we work our tails off to make sure we got competitive cars to win. And so I really appreciate them. Roll Speed Dynamics for always supporting me and being on my car. Great group of friends I got right there. My wife, my kids for letting me come in here and play. Matt dude, man, this is one of the best leagues I've ever raced in. It's tough competition, but there's a lot of respect, and it's unbelievable the amount of respect everybody's got in here with each other. You're gonna have run-ins, but it's fun. And you for coming and broadcasting it and letting me just jabber my mouth off every time I get to talk to you.
Oh, it's all right, man. Definitely part of the position, especially when you win in such a dominant fashion. But congratulations to you both tonight here, a 1-3 finish. Definitely looking forward to the weeks ahead. 11-week race season. We're heading into week number 6 next week, and definitely going to be carrying the momentum there for One Up Motorsports. But congratulations again, gentlemen, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right, folks, there you have it. Interviews from Adam Benefiel, Ian Christian Challoner, and Joe Schaefer Jr. as well tonight. That is your top three. Looking at the results here, Ty Spearman, Christian Peterson, your series points leader, getting a top 5 finish. Ben Nile, Dallas Pataska, Jason Miller, Matt Rolfe, and Matt Vade rounding out your top 10. Looking on back, Tim Bills, Travis Warling, Wendell Stratton, Matthew Eddy, Keith Jeffrey, Brody Bayer, Tyler Brown, Trevor Edwards, Samuel Roush, and Drew Krybeck will round out the top 20. Your field here tonight, Derek Holzhausen, Travis Hauk, Jackson Boone, William Hale, Jeremy Adams, David Krikorian, Kyle Souza, Devin Rogers, Seth the Merchant, and Tyler Hudson, the 30-car field. One last look at the sponsors here tonight, folks. Always got to give these guys a shout-out. The Button Box Shop, HeightsPride.com, Dean Satellite Security, The Car Show, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, Lions International, Tundra Super Late Models for their sponsorship here tonight, JBM Racing as well. Folks, hope you really enjoyed the broadcast here tonight. Always love to bring you good short track racing and its finest, and you don't get any better than the Semi-Auto Racing Association and the Button Box Shop Super Late Model Series every Thursday night. Make sure to put it on your calendar. We'll be back in action next week, July 6th, as they will take on Oxford Plains for the Heights Pride 150, and it is definitely a race you're not going to want to miss. That will do it for us here tonight, folks. On behalf of the Semi-Auto Racing Association, the Button Box Shop, and all their sponsors, I am Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in, folks, and we'll see you next week. Have a good night.